Hello my gems, Samantha Ka'awa here with another daily disruption video, and today I want to talk to you about why marriage counseling doesn't work and what you should do instead. Alright, so first of all, I am a former marriage and family therapist turned coach, and both in my personal and my professional experience found out that marriage counseling doesn't always work for people. And here's why. So I don't know about you, but if you're watching this video, you're likely either considering marriage counseling or you're in marriage counseling and you're wondering why the heck isn't it working? Or you're wanting to make sure that it is the right fit for what you and your partner should be doing next. But here's a tip that I want to give you now so that you don't have to find out the hard way like I did. So as a marriage counselor, I was in grad school about to graduate with my marriage and family degree in, of course, my master's program. And the day of my comprehensive exam, I found out that my husband was hiding an addiction behind my back for the past 10 years. Yes, 10 years. And oh my gosh, I was so upset with him. I was frustrated. I was pissed off. But one of the things that I didn't feel wonderful about, because I was about to take my comprehensive exam that morning, was that I didn't feel worthy of being a marriage therapist. But, all of that aside, I realized, okay, well, I'm going to become a marriage therapist, or at least I'm on the trajectory to become a marriage counselor. So I need to go to couples counseling and actually try this out, because I'm going to be advocating for it. I better make sure it works, right? And I better make sure I do the work that I'm telling other people to do. And so, of course, I forced my husband to go into couples counseling. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. If you gave your husband or your wife an ultimatum and said, well, if we don't go to couples counseling, then I'm leaving you. Anyone? Yeah? Well, that was me. And I told my husband that, it's over if we don't at least try couples counseling. And so we went. He actually found the couples counselor, right? Some of you might be thinking, well, if he's the one that finds them, maybe it'll work. Nope. Nope. So he actually found his own therapist eventually, right? He realized that he did have a problem. He found his own therapist, and then his therapist referred us to a couples counselor. And I said, great, okay, you're doing your part, let's go. And we went for a few months, and then what happened was it took a turn for the worse. And what I realized is that he wasn't ready for couples counseling. I don't even know if he was ready for therapy, but at that point in our marriage, it hit me so hard, because it felt like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, well, if this doesn't work, then how are we going to make this work? Because isn't this supposed to be the end all be all? Isn't this supposed to be the solution to help us save our marriage? And the reality is we were back at square one, or even below that, because we didn't have the support anymore. And over the course of time, what I realized and I learned is actually couples counseling isn't the best option for most couples. That majority of the time, there's always one partner that is more motivated to get the support that the relationship needs. And that is the person that I consider the change agent. And so for the change agent, they're the ones that want the relationship to grow and change, and they're the ones that can tell that there's an issue. The other partner tends to be pretty content. Even if they're not happy, they seem to be content with the problem, or they're satisfied and not wanting to shake the boat, rock the boat, really get their hands dirty and go do some work, right? And so I love to work with the change agent, because what I learned is that I can actually transform my relationships with just me. And that's what I did. And that's what I help people do. So to answer the second part of the question, or the topic of tonight, was then what do you do if couples counseling isn't the best for you? Well, what you do is, if you're the one watching this video, you're likely the change agent. you're likely the one that has the power to transform your relationship. And therefore, you go work on you. And I know some of you are going to be like, ugh, Sam, I've been working on myself for so many years. You're telling me I have to just keep working on myself and they don't have to do any work and they don't have to change. And yes. Okay. Yes, I hear you. And there's a different kind of work that I would love for you to do. And this is what I call the inner mosaic work. And I know you might be thinking that, okay, here we go, Sam's gonna promote her program now. But the reality is, this is how I know it works, because I've done it and I've helped people to do the same thing and create the same results. That it only takes one person to transform a relationship. And if you do the inner mosaic work, if you learn how to love and trust all the different parts of yourself, I promise you, your relationships around you will begin to change and transform, and you're going to start seeing new results. There's a longer video for this explanation. I could go on and on for days. There's other videos I talk about the inner mosaic, but I will also make a separate one as well. But again, just going back to tonight's topic, the daily disruption is let me back that up. The daily disruption is marriage counseling doesn't work for most couples. And what you can do if you know that your partner is not as motivated as you, because that's the red flag right there. That's the sign that it's not going to go well in a few months, and they're going to feel defeated and they're going to want out, and you're either going to have to change therapists because the therapist lost the trust of your partner, or you're going to have to find a different solution, right? And so I want to help you out now by you going and doing the work. You go do the inner mosaic work with you and for your relationship, and I promise you the relationship will change. All right, my loves. All right, my gems. I hope that was a helpful daily disruption, and that is making your wheels turn upstairs in your mind. And if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave them below under this video, and I would love to support you in answering any questions that you have. All right, have a good one, my gems. Talk to you later. Bye now.